Not every Israelite is going to look like they came out of roll bounce. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem HaKakwadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone that taught me this truth and rule well. And I want to say shalom to Joachim and Akwat out there pursuing this truth diligently, coming at you once again with another lesson. All right, so this comes impromptu from a couple of videos that I saw on one of the brothers' pages. All right, of course, again, this lesson is titled, Not Every Israelite is going to Look Like They Came Out of Roll Bounce. All right, I went through a couple different titles that I was going to go through. It was originally going to be, not every Israelite's going to look like Idris Elba and Monique, but I settled with roll bounce, all right, because that's something easy to look up. You can just look up roll bounce if you don't know it, but I'm sure if you're Jake, you know what roll bounce is, all right, at least if you're Southern Kingdom. But if you haven't, go and watch it. It's a pretty cool movie. But where were we at? Here, we have a couple videos, all right. Now, the video that really sparked it was dealing with Bruce Lee. Here it is. Bruce Lee was definitely a Jake by Rawila Yashrallah. Yahweh Shai is coming back 144,000.
Where martial art.
Let's go ahead and play it.
Where martial arts had to occur in the United States, right? It started in the black communities and poor communities. You could not teach anything that hard and that strong in Beverly Hills. It's not going to happen.
Well, Bruce Lee started what he did right there in Oakland. I'm from Vallejo, California. So like 20 minutes away from me is where Bruce Lee started his first school. His first student was a brother by the last name of Glover. A brother.
Bruce Lee had a swagger that was not usually attributed to Asian folks, basically. And it's obvious. You see where Bruce Lee got that swagger from. He got it from, being in Oakland. He got it from, hanging out with the folks that he hung out with.
It feels so weird.
That's for another day. This one's, don't want to ruin that one. That one's for, we got a lesson coming in on Esau soon. But, so yeah, Bruce Lee was hanging around Jake. All right, and they say, "Oh, that's what's attributed it." But no, Bruce Lee was a Jake. You can just tell, all right, by the way he dressed, the way he held himself, how anybody that's labeled as one of the best fighters, ain't gonna be no Edomite or some heathen nation. All right, some of the nations got some good ones, but you don't hear about Chung Lim, all right, from down the street. All right, but everybody knows about Bruce Lee. All right, everybody knows about Bruce Lee. All right, his movies, and he had that, like that guy said, he had that swagger. All right, that's a Jake swagger. All right, we are the salt of the earth. Okay, so not everyone's gonna. Now, Bruce Lee doesn't look like he came out of roll bounce. All right, maybe don't be a menace from that one scene, but no, he's a Jake. All right, now can we be 100% sure? No, but through the spirit, Bruce Lee more than likely a Jake. Okay, we got a couple other videos. We got this one. It's called Jakes or Fakes. All right.
Rich parties, them know a gunman style. Big Ben spark up and last big pan kyle. Boss head one go gunman file. Be a killer we part with from we are juvenile.
I don't know it. These people are like Asian, can I guess? Japan.
Yeah. Chain it a chip, bad clocks for a foot. We no listen boy, we a chat where them a say. Waterhouse, badness, where them a say. And we have a play at the sitter girl, where them a say. Chain it a chip, bad clocks for a foot. We no listen boy, we a chat where them a say. We pack it no fracture.
Another phrase in the United States.
Let's go back to that. These guys' name, all right.
Rich.
If you look down here at the TikTok name, their name is Cornbread Japan. Okay, so Cornbread Japan. That's already a Jake sounding name anyway because it got cornbread in it. But he's saying Jake's a fake because they say Japan, so that would be Ammon, would it not? That ain't no Ammon. All right, that's Jake. But of course you have simple. Simple Jake, can't fake the spirit. And then you got Carbon, big fakes, we run things, you know. And you got people down here that think, oh, black only. Oh, they're only black can be Israel. All right, and so these guys could end up being not Jake, but hey, anytime you see someone dancing like that, you got to stop and think. All right, this says fake, and they step slightly off, but they getting down. Shalom family, it says, time will tell. Isaiah 16 for real. Okay, what else do you got? They've been taking classes to sing like us and dance like us. They even use extra small perm rods to achieve afros. All right, well, you got to realize that they're not going to be able to be perfect with it. So you're basically what you're saying, yeah, they've been taking classes. Yeah, they do that, but they're always off with it, all right? They don't do it right, all right? So you're going to say that they're so smart that they can just watch us do something and then instantly just be able to do it? No. Nope. As much as you Jakes go and watch Esau, you'll never be able to shoot a gun like he does, all right? You'll never be able to shoot a gun like Esau does. All right, regardless how much you train, because that's not your blessing. Okay, so these people aren't going to have it down pat. Now, we got GMS Wisdom of the Rage, and those are the only people we're really going to care about is people with GMS in the name. It says, the choreographed dancing, the most part, has taken the real groovy spiritual way of dancing away. That may have allowed even heathens to emulate, but I think these are Jakes. All right, so that, yeah, you know, and it's true. What the brother said was true. GMS Spiritual Army of 144 BA or Ba says half are Benjamin, the other half are Judah. LOL. All right, it's a couple of Jakes in there, right? And they might not be all Jake. Some of the other ones might be imitating, but you know, there's probably a couple in there. And this says can't fake Jake. That's Jake. Looks like the pro-black Israelites hurt on the comment section. Yeah, Con. GMS bear witness of the light. Bear witness of the light. Yeah, hey, that's true. That's true. Well, no, that's fake. They're not black. These people. It says you can't fake having random. They might not be Jake, but some are in the crowd. They might not all be Jakes, but some in the crowd. Yeah, Con. That's from Leslie. It sounds like a woman, but, you know, she got the right idea. Not every single one of them, you know, could be Jake. I think this guy up front might be. All right, because he looks to be the main one. All right, that guy, maybe not this guy. All right, but maybe this guy. All right, we'd have to watch the video again.
The
guy with the half, the guy with this shirt, he doesn't. No, the guy with this, he doesn't have too much flow.
Man, file be a killer we part with from we are juvenile. How we are on the ground. Wattos, badness, where them a say? How we have up here to set a guy, where them a say? Yeah. Chain it a jip, bad clocks for a foot, we no listen boy, where you chat, where them a say? Wattos, badness, where them a say? How we have up here to set a guy, where them a say? Chain it a jip, bad clocks for a foot.
You just never know. Says, can't fake Jake, we are among the heathen. Daughter of Zion says, nah, that's Jake. You got Quan Bon Ashar says Jake. Yazar Ayala, GMS, the Scattered Stone says nah, Jake. Okay. Zakariala, Remnant Seeker, BA or Boss says let's go, Jake. 144K, fake. Yashara, fakes. It says get your eyes, Spears, Magan, Ha-Amath, Kaya, I'd assume it says Yahweh or Yahweh Shai or Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, says get your spiritual eye checked immediately, if not sooner. Yara 12 Stone says, so Moab is your Ak now. Alright. It says, if you can't see it, then this ain't for you. As a spirit, as a matter of fact, you have no works or spiritual eye. Hey, do your thing, bro. So that means he ain't even got nothing up on his channel. It says, what does Isaiah 16:4 mean? Do we have Isaiah 16:4? Let's go grab Isaiah 16:4. All right, see what this dude's talking. Actually, you know, I'm gonna leave that up. Let me go and get over here. See what this dude's talking about. Let mine outcast dwell with thee, Moab. Be thou a cover to them. Let me highlight it. cover to them from the face of the spoiler, from the extortioner is at an end. The spoiler seeth that the oppressors are consumed out of the land. Okay, I see what Jake's saying. So, it says, it doesn't mean Moab is our brother. Come on, I do my thing. Fear Yahweh and keep his commandments. What does it mean? It says they will be with us as servants. And that talks about Moab is my washpot and Edom my cat. Yeah, you're not. You see, the thing is, man, that we're scattered among all these nations. Okay? So, and we'll get to that a little bit later, but we are scattered among all these nations. So, you know, time after time again, we've said it, but, you know, we got simple Jake that won't believe it, is that if you're scattered in the land of Moab, we're never going to get down with any of the Moabite women ever. Ever. We're never going to, a fine Moabite lady's going to come. We're not going to tap that. We're just going to, nope, I can't. I'm in the land of the heathen. I must remain abstinent. You know, and never doing so you never, you know, and the seed is carried by the father. So, you know, none of the men ever got with any of those women. Because if have you ever seen a what was the word I was talking about? A Blasian is what they call them. A black person, an Asian mix, so-called black. That's what they call them though. Blasians, all right, black Asians. All right, you ever seen a Blasian? They look mighty Asian. All right, they sure do, but they got a browner skin color. All right, now imagine that Blasian. All right, because guess what? That's okay. So imagine they have that, and a Blasian boy comes out. All right, so that boy looks pretty Asian. And then he's in that land too, so he gets with another Moabite woman, and they have kids. Now that kid looks even more. Now this was like a really light Moabite that he got with. Now that kid's even lighter and Asian looking, and that kid does the same because that kid's not a Moabite. That kid's a Jake because his father was, and his father was. Right, it goes to the seed line of your father. So that kid, they're in that land. Guess what? That kid's gonna look like a straight up Asian. All right, and everyone's like, oh, it's a Moabite. That's a Moabite. You're gonna have BOI. So that's a Moabite. That's not your brother. When that's a Jake right there. All right, but you go off of skin color too much, not knowing that there's a lot of fucking so-called black people out here that are tears as a motherfucker. All right, tears, just tears. All right, you know how many people, you know how many slave owners were getting down with the slaves. All right, the white man getting down and raping, you know, the men's women. All right, the men's wives. All right, and force impregnating them for other slaves. And guess what? That not knowing that kid, all right, is an Edomite. All right, that kid's an Edomite. Here it is. You know, he was on the plantation. He was picking cotton. No, that was an Edomite, man. That was an Edomite. Okay, and you don't understand that. You don't get that now. Is that the overwhelming majority? No. Okay, but guess what? It happened. All right, and there's a lot of descendants of people like that. All right, which means there's a lot of chocolate-covered Edomites out there. Right, Edomites that look like they have brown skin. They might look like a brother, talk like a brother, but they damn sure ain't gonna walk like a brother. You're gonna be around and say, "This dude's not out. Something's wrong with this dude." The fuck, this guy acts all weird. What's up with this guy? This ain't no Jake. Maybe a ham or something, but I don't know. Maybe this guy's an Edomite. Something's fucked up about this guy. What the fuck, Jake? And then there's other Jake. You'll see that you're like, okay, this guy's Jake. He's lost as fuck. All right. So, you know, but, you know, you got BOI. No, they aren't black. They can't be Israelites. They're not black. All right. It says, Leslie Arnold says, we're not going to reach. That's a woman. She doesn't even really need to be speaking unless that's a man. I think one time there was a Leslie on Street Teachers comment board, and it was a guy. We'll read it. If it's a guy, it's a guy. If it's a girl, you know, hey, I'm not sure. Leslie can be both. All right. It says Shalom. The spirit is not dealing with him, is why he can't see. And that's true. All right. Let's see. So, what else do we got? Fakes. One thing the Spirit's telling me, it's not Edom. He can't get close. Can't get right. That's true. Says, I think Jake. Jake, people will say differently if they dance the same way if they were just darker. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Jake, people wouldn't say differently if they danced the same way and were just darker. If these people were dark, you wouldn't say, "Oh no, I'm Moabites." No, if they were dark, you could have. So you could literally take an Ishmaelite or a Moabite and paint him up with blackface, and Jake out there would be like, "Yeah, that's a brother. That's a brother right there." It's like, no, what the fuck are you talking about? It's not a skin color thing, you fucking simpletons. All right. This person says, Khan, big facts. All right, Tabernacle of David. And that's true. Kasad Ban Yehowadah has a point there. All right, if these people were dancing the same way but were darker skinned, they'd be like, yeah, that's Jake. And someone would come and say, no, that's Moab. Nope, that's Jake. Look at them. You can tell by the color of their skin. All right, not every Jake is going to look like they came out of fucking roll bounce. All right, hence the title of this lesson. Jake all the way. Jake for real. No faking those moves. All right. It says, fakes, they just know how to copy our ass real well. Jake, that's O-U-R, not R. God damn, Jake. Our ass real well. Let's keep that in mind. No, they can. Some of them do, but you can always tell something's off. All right. It says, Shalom fact, you can't fake having a rhythm. You can't fake having a rhythm, man. You can't. Now, here's some people that Jake will be like, those are Jakes, those are brothers right there. They're Jakes, but they're tares, okay?
Did you know that the President of the United States, Thomas Jefferson, had more than one family?
We are the 7th great-grandchildren of Thomas Jefferson.
But you'd say that these kids grow up, you say, oh, that's a sister. Those are some two sisters and a brother right there. No, the fuck they ain't. No, the fuck they ain't. Those are some tares, man. Those are some tares. Those are Edomites, all right there. Yep, look at the skin color, but those are Edomites. Those are some Edomites right there. But you would never hear a BOI, that's your brother right there. That is your brother. You gotta love your brother. That ain't, no, it ain't. No, this is Esau, Edom in the flesh right here. Okay, but your skin color shit. All right, and that's what it is. It's shit because you can't base everything off of skin color. All that, you would say that these were Jake. These aren't Jakes. These are Edomites. These are Edomites. Okay, why? You saying Thomas Jefferson was an Edomite because of skin color? No, because of what he did. He was an Edomite. You can tell he was an Edomite. Okay? Says, imagine you were raped for decades by the white man that owned you and forced you to have his children, and 200 years later your descendants are proud to be a part of his bloodline. We are a sick people. Well, we are a sick people, but these aren't our people. All right? And that's exactly what happened. So you got to realize that, Jake. The white men that were owning our people were raping them, all right? And they would have babies, all right? But those babies look brown because their mother was brown as hell, all right? So is that a Jake? Hell no, that's an Edomite. That is an Edomite, but you'd still be the ones, that's our brother over there. But a guy like me, you'd say, no, you're an Edomite. Look at the color of your skin, you're an Edomite. But you'd say these guys are your brother. You Jakes are fucking simple and you're dumb. And a lot of you ain't got the spirit working with you in the first place. All right?
I'm 8th generation descendant of Thomas Jefferson and Sally Hemings.
I am the 4 times great-granddaughter of Thomas Jefferson.
I am the 4th great-granddaughter.
I'm the 4th great-grandson of Sally Hemings and Thomas Jefferson.
I'm a 9th generation descendant.
I'm the 5th great-grandson.
I'm the 5th great-granddaughter.
I am the 6th great-grandson of President Thomas
There you go. Not a brother.
Jefferson and Sally Hemings. And now you know.
Rich bosses, them know I'm
And you can tell kind of with that last guy. He seems a little fruity, like a little weird Edomite-ish guy. You see those Jakes are like, hi, how are you doing? My name's Bill. Nice to meet you. You're having a wonderful day, aren't we? I'm like, huh. That's a little odd. But, we got any more? Really, that's really all we got. Yeah, that's really all we got as far as videos. All right, so we're going to grab some scriptures and close it out. So not every Israelite is going to look like they came out of roll bounce, Jake. All right, not every Jake is going to look like, Monique, all right, or Tupac, all right, or Idris Elba, all right, or Denzel Washington, all right, or, who else? Who else do we want to use? Let me try to think here. Who else we got? Cedric the Entertainer. All right. Not everyone's gonna look like Tyler Perry. All right. Not everyone's gonna look like CeeLo Green. All right. Not everyone's gonna look. I could continue going on. All right. Tiffany Haddish. Not everyone's gonna look like that, Jake. All right. Not every Jake's also going to look like, so-called Latinos and Native Americans either. Not every Jake's going to look like Spooky. Not every Jake's going to look like Quetta Yeska or Mr. D. All right? Or goddamn it, his name just, not Mr. D, but I think there is an Issachar, Mr. D. Who's the guy I'm thinking about, man? Fucking not Quetta Yeska. There's Lil Quetta. Then there's God damn it, Lil Rob. All right, Lil Rob. Not every Jake's gonna look like that either. All right, not every Israelite's gonna look like that. Okay, and not every Israelite's gonna look like Running Foot. All right, or you know, these Native Americans that they stereotypically put out there. All right, you know, Sitting Bull, or what's the other one? G, it starts with a G. It's not coming to me at the time, but you know, they're not gonna all look at it like this, all right, with a feather in their hair, with a big, you know, and so not every Israelite's gonna look how you think they're gonna look, all right. Some of them are gonna look like so-called white people. Some are gonna look like so-called Asian people. Some are gonna look like so-called Middle Eastern people, all right, so on and so forth. Okay, but a lot of you Jakes ain't got it. Let's get 1 Samuel 16 and verse 7. Okay, let's get it. 1 Samuel. Let's get it over here actually. Let me get this back to I had to type a number in there first, but this will do it for now. Alright, so we can get back to, so it links. Alright, 1 Samuel 16:7, it reads, "But the Lord said unto Samuel, Look not on his countenance, or on the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord seeth not as man seeth. For man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart." And this is just an example that, you know, can be used. It shows you that the Lord's not really looking, you know, on outside at your clothes or your skin, all right, and saying, "Yep, that's one of mine." All right, He looks in on the heart, more and deeper so the soul. All right, the spirit. All right, do you go back to the bloodline of Esau, or do you go back to the bloodline of Jake, or do you go back to bloodline of Moab or Ham, or so on and so forth? All right, the Lord knows these things. Why? Because it says, "For the Lord seeth not as man seeth." Man looks at a guy, oh, yep, that's a brother, not knowing that guy is the biggest goddamn Edomite, could literally be descendant of one of the most ruthless slave masters that beat your ass in a past life, but you go, "This is my brother right here." No, it ain't. No, that's the devil. All right. It says, "For a man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart." Let's get that in the Good News Translation, see what it has to say. It says, "But the Lord said unto him, Pay no attention to how tall and handsome he is. I have rejected him, because I do not judge as people judge. They look at the outward appearance, but I look at the heart." And that's you know, that shows you as well the the Lord knows who you are inside as well. All right, if you're really about this truth or not. All right, that's another thing. All right, if you know, these people that in these other camps, all right, not GMS, but in these other camps that are going and saying that they're, you know, going out there and they're making videos and they're pursuing this truth for the right reason, and really they go home and they're, you know, they're wicked and they light up a joint or something, all right, or their heart's really not in it. The Lord knows that. All right, no matter how much it looks like everybody says, "Oh, that person's really in this truth, they're really doing what's right," the Lord knows. All right, and the Lord's going to reject them. Okay, so let's read it again. 1 Samuel 16:7, it says, "But the Lord said unto Samuel, Look not on his countenance, or on the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord seeth not as man seeth. For man looketh on the outward appearance." And that's what a lot of you Jake do. All right, it says, "But the Lord looketh on the heart." All right, so there you go. There you go. Okay, now a lot of you brothers that, you know, might be white-ish looking, all right, such as myself, you know, that look, you know, leprosy of the skin, all right, look like a so-called white person, all right, depending on the season, right? You'll notice that when you hang around those white people, if you're at your job, you don't really be hitting it off with white people like that. They don't, for some reason they'll come up, "Hey, how are you doing?" You'll be like, "Hey, how are you doing?" They're like, "Oh, have a good day." And they'll like walk off. All right, it's like, you know, it's like something when you open your mouth, you be like, "Hey," and you don't have to be like, "Yo, what it is, brother?" No, not that. You just say, "Hey, how's it going?" And then all of a sudden they're like, "What? This isn't me. I thought you were an Edomite." And they'll walk off. All right, well, they'll be all rude. All right, but the Jake, for some reason, I've literally had this happen to me. Jake don't know what to do, because Jake will be like, "Hey man, what's going on?" You'll be like, "Hey, what's going on, bro?" And they'll be like, "Hey dude, what's going on?" And they'll be talking it up and have a good time. They'll be like, "Wait a minute, whoa, why am I driving with this white dude?" Why am I hitting it off? And then they'll jump back and then they'll have the Jake mode on, and you'll be having a Jake moment with them, and you'll be talking, and then the next month they'll be like, whoa, let me step back. This guy's white. What's going on here? All right, and they don't understand. I had a guy jumping in and out, all right, of Jakeness, all right, trying to put on his white voice and then going back to Jake and then putting on his white voice and then going back, because his spirit couldn't tell what the fuck was going on, all right. But it wasn't really his spirit. His spirit could tell what was going on, but he couldn't tell what the fuck was going on. Let me rephrase, Slakia. So his spirit knew this is a Jake. We're talking with a Jake, but his brain and his carnalness didn't understand. He's like, wait, I'm talking to a white dude. What in the world? So his flesh and his spirit were having a battle over there, not understanding. So he was jumping in and out. Literally had that happen to me. All right, true story. Okay, and that's how it is with a lot of people. A lot of people, Jake. I head it off with Jake all the time. White people, not so much. All right, white people come up and talk to me for a little bit. The only white people that really talk to me like that is older white people. But older white people love themselves a Jake, especially a Jake man. All right, they don't take it. Don't let that pass you by, brothers. It is true. For some reason, old women. Let me rephrase. Old white women love a Jake. All right, they don't really love it because, of course, they're Esau and they hate us. But for some reason, they're just attracted to the awe of a Jake man. I don't know what it is. All right, it's something. All right, it's something. That's just how it is. Old white men, on the other hand, not so much. All right, not so much. Okay, but hey, that's just how it goes. And then younger white women, of course, they love a Jake man. They don't even like They don't even like dealing with their own men. They love that dark brown skin, but and through the spirit, it's just these people don't understand, and a lot of you Jake don't understand either, because you'll look on the outward appearance and say that's a Jake, but meanwhile they got the bloodline of Esau running right through them. All right, or you'll look on someone and says, oh, that's an Edomite. Meanwhile, they got the bloodline of Jake running through them. All right. So let's move on. Let's get Jeremiah 12:9. All right, because not everyone's gonna look the same. 12:9. So in Jeremiah 12:9 it says, mine heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. Okay? It says, the birds round about are against her. Come ye, assemble all the beasts of the field, come to devour. Okay, so if his heritage is unto him like a speckled bird, what does a speckled bird look like? All right? Speckled bird. We've done this before and we'll do it again. I like using one of these birds for an example. Alright, the ones with the most colors, because some of them, just a couple colors. I like using this one. See, he just likes it. What about this one? Look, that's all shades. What about white, gray, black, a little bit of yellow, orangish under here, brown, dark brown, alright, umber. Alright, but this bird itself, it has purple, alright, light purple, it has yellow, it has orange, it has white, it has blue, it has dark blue, it has bits of green, alright, and in that green it has, turquoise, just tealish colors in it, alright, and it's got the red for the legs, right? That's a lot of different colors. So if your heritage is on you like a speckled bird, that means a lot of different colors. Not everyone's going to look the same. Okay, it says once again in Jeremiah 12:7, it says, mine heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. The birds round about her are against her. Come ye, assemble all the beasts of the field, come to devour. All right, and you got to have the spirit working with you, man, because if you don't have the spiritual eyes to see and the ears to hear, you're not going to be able to judge. You're not going to be able to weigh things through this faith. All right, you're not going to judge them through the spirit. You're going to judge them on outward looks. All right, if you don't have the spirit dealing with you. Okay. So that's why, when some, white-looking people come up to the brothers, and the apostles on the highways and byways, all right, or white-looking guys, or Ishmaelite-looking guys, so on and so forth, the Asian-looking guys, when they come up and they're understanding it and they're getting it and they say, oh, okay, the name is Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. All right, they don't say Bah Hashem, but they'll say, oh, the name's what? Oh, it's Yahweh Shai, and then the father's name is, oh, it's Yahweh, okay. All right, and they get it and they're not bucking up against it. You'll have the brother say, that guy might have been a Jake, or that guy had to have been a Jake to the spirit. All right, and what do they say? Through the spirit. All right, not through the flesh. That had to be, no, they say through the spirit, because the spirit, all right, discerns. All right, your eyes ain't gonna see if you're just judging fleshly. Okay, you're gonna be hanging out with a bunch of tares. Okay, So, and you can also tell through the Spirit because Jake is the salt of the earth. Let's get that. Matthew 5 and 13. Matthew 5 and verse 13. How long have we been going for? About 30 minutes. All right, cool. It's going to be a decent amount of a lesson at least, Lord willing. All right, got to head to the plantation here soon, but, you know. Matthew 5 and 13, it reads, Ye are the salt, and this is red letter, so you know it's Yahweh Shai speaking. It says, Ye are the salt of the earth. But if the salt have lost his armor, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out and to be trodden under the foot of men. All right, so there you go. Oh, but if the salt has lost his savior, all right, so there you go. If we've lost our savior, right? But what are we? The salt of the earth. What does salt do? All right, salt flavors things. It seasons things up. All right, so that's what we would be. We are, and that's what we are, the salt of the earth. All right, Esau's not the salt of the earth. They ain't got no salt. All right, they goddamn. All right, you know, we can get a. There's a video I saw recently. Let me see. See if it's on. It was actually a short. Let me see if I can find it. You know what it was? It was actually, I know where it was. It was on Rumble. It was by Apostle Tahara, I believe. Not Rumble. Odyssey. Let me try to find him here where it is. Jimmy's info doc. Let it load. Daily edification. Remnant saved. I know he's here. There it is. Taharbon Loya. Alright, where is it? It was here. Here it is. Check this out. This is Esau shaking a leg, alright? Is this a Jake? Is that the salt of the earth? Is that the salt of the earth? Oh no, that ain't the salt of the earth. What the hell, man? That ain't no fucking salt. Alright, that's like the flour of the earth or something, man. That ain't got no flavor at all. Alright? So, you are the salt of the earth, but if the salt hath lost his savior, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out and to be trodden under the foot of men. Okay, so we are the salt of the earth. Okay? Us, Jake. All right, you ain't Jake, you look like an Edomite. All right, well, cool. Continue to move on, all right? So you're going to say somehow an Edomite has a spirit, all right, is bringing out lessons, all right, dealing with Yahweh, Shem Yahweh Shai, all right, get in the Bible and get in the scriptures somehow. Yeah, that's giving an awful lot of credit to Edomites if that's the case, all right? But you do you. Let's get Matthew 13 and 24. Because some of these people you hanging out with that are your brothers are actually just tares. All right, so Matthew 13 and 24. Let me highlight these things. All right, it says, Matthew 13:24, it says, Another parable put he forth unto them, saying, The kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in his field. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat. All right, if you look up what a tare is, we'll grab it real quick. These are tares and wheat. They look very, 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 very similar. All right. Oh, look at that. Tares look identical to wheat. Okay? You just have to know what you had planted there, right? So you're gonna have Jake, that's hanging out with people that look just like Jake, but those people are actually Edomites or Ishmaelites, so on and so forth. Just like there's gonna be so-called white people that look like so-called white people. All right, not so-called. There's gonna be people that look like so-called white people, but they're actually Jake. All right. It says, but while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares amongst the wheat. Who's the enemy? Esau. What did he do? He laid down with our women. All right, now you got chocolate-covered Edomites. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way. But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. So the servants of the householder came and said unto him, Sir, didst now thou sow good seed in thy field? From whence then hath it tares? He said unto them, An enemy has done this. The servant said unto them, Wilt thou then that we go and gather them up? And verse 29 says, But he said, Nay, lest while ye gather up the tares, you root up also the wheat with them. All right? Because, don't do it, because, you're going to go over there and you're going to gather them up and burn them up. All right? And there's going to be, you're not going to be able to tell the difference. All right? So no, just wait until they grow. In verse 30, that's what it says. It says, Let both grow together until the harvest, and in the time of harvest I will say to the reaper, Go, gather ye together first the tares, and bind them into bundles to burn them, then gather the wheat into my barn. So the Most High wants the wheat. He's not dealing with the tares. Okay, so there you go. There you go. All right, so if you don't understand it, you're not going to understand it. All right, but there's going to be, the enemy has sowed tares amongst the wheat. All right, so that, by laying with our women, by graping our women during the slave trade. All right, and still currently to this day they're doing the same thing, mind you. But it happened back then a lot too, extremely. All right, but there's still a lot of white guys with Jake women. Okay, there's a lot of white guys with Jake women, and some were Jake. All right, such as myself, the people, when I'm with my wife, they say, "Oh, look at him! Look, that's an interracial couple." Not really interracial, no. All right, technically no, but they don't understand that. All right, so but some of those white dudes out there with Jake women, some of them are fakes, but some of them might just be Jakes that just want to get with their women too. All right, so that's how it is with me. I don't want to get with no fucking white girl. White girl, fuck your life up, man. Every time I've been with a white girl, some shit has gone down. All right, I marked that off quite a long time ago. All right, I'm done with white girls. Ain't doing it no more. All right, they're done. They cheat, they lie. All right, that's Esau Edom. All right, at the time I didn't know it was Esau Edom, but I said they lie, they cheat. All right, they're the most unfaithful women that you could possibly get with. All right, and Jake's going for a contender there. All right, they're going for the belt. All right, on that one. But hey, that's because our women are through. All right, they're under the curses. But Deuteronomy 28 and 64, we were scattered. All right, we were scattered. 28 and 64. All right. Like I mentioned in, what did I say? 64. Yeah, we were scattered amongst the other nations. All right, the Ishmaelites, the Edomites, the Moabites, the Ammonites, all right, Elamites, all right, so on and so forth. You're going to say we never got down with their women, all right, because we got down with their women. Like the example I said, we got down with their women, all right, and we had a son, so now he looks a little bit like a Elamite, a red dot Indian, all right, and then that boy goes and gets with a woman, an Elamite, and then that kid, he has a boy from them, and that's his seed line. All right, the girl too, but we're saying the girl will be an Israelite as well, of course. If he had a daughter, but we're talking about the sons because they're the ones that are going to keep on, seed line carrying. All right, and you go down 3, 4th generations from that, and you're going to have someone that just looks just like an Elamite. They don't even have a hint of their Jake, looks about him anymore. All right, but they're going to have sauce. They're like, wow, look at that. Look at that Elamite, man. He dances. He can dance like a motherfucker. I don't know if he's an Elamite. That might be a Jake. All right, and that's through the Spirit. That's the only way you're going to be able to know, because he damn sure won't look like a Jake anymore. In Deuteronomy 28 and 64, it talks about us being scattered. It says, and the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from the one end of the earth even to the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. So we're going to be over there, worshiping those gods and doing, going after heathen customs. All right. So if we're going to be among them, we're never going to get down with any of the women ever. We're just going to be abstinent. All right, celibate. All right, for the rest of our lives, because that, we're not going to ever get down with one. No, man, you're crazy. You don't think Jake's going to be getting down? Jake likes to get down, man. Let's get James 1:1. We got to move a little quicker, but James 1:1, it reads, James, let me highlight it. James, a servant of the Most High and of the Lord Yahushua HaMashiach, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting. Okay? So it was addressing, saying, my brethren, count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptations, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. All right? But it was to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad. The 12 tribes are scattered abroad. Where? Everywhere. All right? So guess what? You're going to have Jakes that look like what? Everyone. All right? You're going to have white-looking Jakes, brown-looking Jakes, red-looking Jakes, all right? Yellow-looking Jakes, small-looking Jakes, tall-looking Jakes, all right? Fat-looking Jakes, skinny-looking Jakes, all right? Fucked-up-looking Jake, good-looking Jake. Hey, man, you're going to have them all shapes, sizes, and forms, all right? So you get Proverbs 3 and 5 and 6, and then we're going to close out. So you can't just go off of skin color, because not every Israelite's going to look like they came out of roll bounce, all right? It says, Proverbs 3 and 5, trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. But a lot of you, Jake, ain't got it. All right? Bear with me just 1 minute. All right. I think someone was getting a package. So Proverbs 3 and 5 says, trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. All right, but a lot of you, Jake, like to lean into your own understanding. Nope, that's an Edomite. That's an Edomite. That's an Edomite. That's a Moabite. That's a Moabite. No. So you're saying that Esau's extremely talented if you're saying that then. You're saying that Moab is extremely talented if you're saying that then. Okay? In some ways, yes, they can imitate, all right, but a lot of the time you're going to see that imitation show forth, okay? You're going to be able to tell that once you taste it, once you give it a sample, once you taste it, you say, this ain't steak, this is a cheap imitation, all right? You'll be able to know if you don't lean into your understanding, but a lot of Jake leans into their own understanding, okay? Proverbs 3 and 5, trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. All right? It says, be not wise in thine own eyes, fear the Lord, and depart from evil. Okay, so, hey, you can't just go off of what the flesh thinks or the skin color. That ain't how it works in this truth. All right? At least not if you're doing it rightly. All right? Not if you're actually going about it according to Scripture. But these other BOI and all these other groups, all right, they're going to go, no, that's a brother right there. But he's a descendant of Thomas Jefferson. That's a brother. Look at him. You can tell by the color of his skin. That's a brother. It must not have been Thomas Jefferson. It must have been someone else. Nope, that's an Edomite. Nope, that's a brother. Okay, whatever you think. Go and hang out with your brother and see how that works out for you, because that's a fucking Edomite right there. All right? So, hey, not every... Let's get to it. Not every Israelite is going to look like they came out of roll bounce. All right? Simple. Not every Israelite's going to look like they came out of roll bounce. Not everyone's going to look like Monique or Idris Elba or Snoop Dogg or 50 Cent or, or any of these, Kevin Samuels. They're not going to look like any of these people, man. Some of them are going to look like, John Wayne. Some of them are going to look like, who's that? What's that Asian guy? I think he might be a Jake, actually. Jimmy Yang or something. Jimmy O Yang. All right, I think that guy might be a Jake. This guy right here, but he doesn't look like it. All right, he could end up being a Moabite too. all right, because he's so-called Chinese, all right, but he's funny as hell. And then he talks about how he came over here. He was watching a lot of BET because he wanted to be cool, and that, you know, basically that's what he was feeling, all right, and you know. So you go watch him, you know, and you know, see, you know, you judge the spirit. I think he might be a Jake. He could not end up not being a Jake, but I think he might be. Or there's another example. What about Eminem? Is that an Edomite? An Edomite somehow managed to dominate our music and make it all the way to the top? No. That's because Eminem's a Jake, man. All right, Eminem is a Jake. All right, but you know. So not every Israelite's going to look like they came out of roll bounce, all right? Some of them are going to look like Eminem. Some are going to look like Bruce Lee, all right? Who else? You know, so on and so forth. I can't really name anybody else, all right? But some are going to look different, man, all right? So, you know, don't just use your eyes. You got to use the spirit as well, all right? So with that, we're going to close out. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Makakadash. I want to give double honors to elders and apostles at Great Millstone that taught me this truth and rule well. I want to say shalom to you brothers and sisters out there. Keep enduring, keep the faith. We're almost out of here. Until the next one, Lord willing, shalom.